Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss the very important topic that is fundamental analysis. What is fundamental analysis? See, this fundamental analysis is the basic for before investment. This fundamental analysis is very essential before investment. Clear? Now, what is fundamental analysis? Take for example, if you want to purchase a product in the market, if you want to purchase a product in the market, what you do, you study all the features, right? You study all the features or the benefits that you get from that particular product. You see that, right, before purchasing a product. If you want to purchase a product in the market, what you do, you study all the benefits that you get from that particular product that you see before purchasing a product. Am I right? Like that, before investing in shares, before investing in shares, you are going to study the details of fundamental factors of that particular company before investment. That is nothing but fundamental analysis. What is fundamental analysis? Before investing in shares, you are going to study the fundamental details or fundamental factors that influence over the share price. All this study is nothing but fundamental analysis. Is it clear? Now, what is fundamental analysis? Meaning of fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis is really a logical and systematic approach to estimating the future dividends and share price. Fundamental analysis is really a logical and systematic approach to estimating the future dividends and share price. It is based on the basic premise that share price is determined by a number of fundamental factors relating to the economy, industry, and company. See, as I told, various fundamental factors which influence over the share price. What are the fundamental factors? Fundamental factors of the economy, economic factors, industrial factors, and company factors. These three factors which influence over the share price. Okay, this study is nothing but fundamental analysis. Hence, the economy fundamentals, industry fundamentals, and company fundamentals have to be considered while analyzing a security for investment purpose. Before investment, you need to study general economic conditions, that is economic fundamentals, then industrial factors or industrial fundamentals, then company fundamentals. Okay, these three which comes under fundamental analysis. Then fundamental analysis is, in other words, a detailed analysis for the fundamental factors affecting the performance of the companies. A detailed analysis for the fundamental factors affecting the performance of the companies. Then, in other words, fundamental analysis is to evaluate a lot of information about the past performance and expected future performance of the companies, industries, and the economy as a whole before taking the investment decision. As I told, before taking any investment decision, you need to analyze the past performance of the company. You need to analyze the past performance of the company and expected future performance of the company. Is it clear? Before investing in any shares or any stock, what you have to do, you need to study the past performance of that particular company and expected future performance of the company by analyzing the economic analysis, industry analysis, and the company analysis. Is it clear? That is nothing but fundamental analysis. In simple words, fundamental analysis is nothing but fundamental analysis is a method that attempts to predict the intrinsic value. See, fundamental analysis is method that attempts to predict the intrinsic value. Now, what is intrinsic value? What is intrinsic value? It is a method that attempts to predict the intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is nothing but true value of the share. Remember, intrinsic value is nothing but true value of the shares. True value of the shares. Is it clear? What is intrinsic value? Intrinsic value is nothing but true value of the shares. Is it clear? That is nothing but this study, this method of attempting the predicting intrinsic value is nothing but fundamental analysis. Is it clear? In simple words, what is fundamental analysis? Before investing in any shares, before taking any investment decision, you are going to study the past performance of the company, as well you are going to study the expected future performance of the company through economic analysis, then industry analysis, and through company analysis. This whole process is nothing but fundamental analysis. Is it clear? Then, now, next question comes, why fundamental analysis? Next question comes, why fundamental analysis? Or we can say, what are the basics of fundamental analysis? Why fundamental analysis? First one, why fundamental analysis? Company's revenue and its structure. Say, you want to know company's revenue, company's income, right? See, before investing in shares, you want to know why fundamental analysis is required. You want to know the company's revenue, right? Before investment, you want to know that particular company's revenue or income. Then, second one, growth of the revenue over the past years. Second one, growth of the revenue. Growth of the revenue. Okay. See, why fundamental analysis is required? First one, to know the company's revenue or company's income. Then, to know the growth of the company's revenue. In past year, how company's revenue is increased. Okay. Then, third one, profit made by the company in the past years. Third one, profit made. Profit of last few years. Okay, you want to check the last few years profit, whether it is increased or decreased, right? If it is decreased, would you like to invest in that particular such type of shares? No, right? You want to know the profit of the last few years. Then next one, debt structure of the company. Debt structure of the company. Debt structure, debt and equity, that you know, right? Debt structure of the company, equity capital and debt capital. Is it clear? Equity capital comes through equity share capital and preference shares, right? Debt capital like debentures. Is it clear? For them, you have to pay fixed rate of interest. Those who purchase debentures, for them you have to pay the fixed rate of interest. So debt structure you have to find. Okay. Then next one, employee management and management approach towards its employees. See, employee management and management approach towards its employees. Management approach. Management approach towards its employees. Remember, how management is going to treat the employees, that is also essential factor before investment. Why? If there are no employees, if the employees don't work properly, definitely the revenue goes on decreases. So management has to treat the employees in proper manner. Okay. Why fundamental analysis is required? To know the company's revenue, then growth of the revenue in last past few years, then profit of that particular company in last few years, then debt structure of the company, then management approach towards its employees. Is it clear? These six factors, these six factors that are looked at by doing fundamental analysis of any security. Is it clear? These six factors are very important to be considered in fundamental analysis. Is it clear? One is company's revenue, growth of the company in growth of the revenue of that particular company, then profit of that last few years, then debt structure of the company, then management approach towards its employees. Is it clear? Then next is how to start a fundamental analysis. How to start a fundamental analysis. Now, how to start? Next question comes, how to start? How to start? See, these, why fundamental analysis is required, how to start a fundamental analysis, these are not important as far as exam point of view, but this is important to understand the concept. Is it clear? As far as exam point of view, you may not get question, okay, but to understand the concepts, to understand the concept of fundamental analysis, this is required. Okay, how to start? Now, how to start fundamental analysis? First one, for preparing the fundamental analysis strategies, you must need to understand the company well. First one, you need to understand the company. You need to understand the company. Then second one, the second step is to use financial ratios. Second one, financial ratios. Then third one, annual reports of the company. Study of annual reports of the company. Studying the annual reports of the company. Then next one, fourth step is also about reading the annual reports of rival companies. Annual reports of rival companies means competitors, rival companies. Then next step, you need to compare the company's debt structure with its rivals. In the sense, comparing company's debt structure with rival companies. Rival companies. Finally, you need to analyze the prospects of the company to find out its worth. Finally, to find out its real worth. Okay. Now, how to start a fundamental analysis? Listen carefully. How to start a fundamental analysis? For preparing the fundamental analysis, you need to do some strategy, right? What are the strategies required? First, you need to understand the company well. Clear? You need to understand the company well. That is the first step. You need to understand the company well. Then second step, you need to use the financial ratios. Why financial ratios? To study the past performance of the company. Right? Financial ratios you have to check. Then third one, you need to study the financial annual reports. Annual reports like balance sheet, profit and loss account. All these you have to study to know the past few years profit. Right? Then next, you need to check the annual reports of the rival company. In the sense, annual reports of the competitors of that particular company, right? Then comparing companies' debt structure with the rival companies. You need to compare prospective, I mean, whatever the company you would like to invest, you need to compare that company with company's debt structure with their competitors. Is it clear? Companies debt structure with competitors or rival companies. Then last one, finally, you need to analyze the prospectus of the company to find out its worth. In the sense, you need to finally what you have to do is you need to find out the real worth of the company, whether that company is worth to invest. That you have to decide. Is it clear? How to start a company? First, what you have to do, you need to understand the company well. Then you need to check the financial ratios. Then you need to check annual reports of the company. Along with that, you have to check the annual reports of the competitors as well. Then you need to compare the company's debt structure with the rival company or competitors. Then at the end, you have to check analyzing the prospectus of the company, prospects of the company. You need to find the real worth of the company, whether that company is really worth to invest. That you have to decide. Is it clear? This is regarding how to start a fundamental analysis. Then next important one, that is types of fundamental analysis. It may come types of fundamental analysis. It may come for exam. Okay, what are the types of fundamental analysis? One is qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, top-down approach, and bottom-up approach. Now, what is qualitative analysis? What is qualitative analysis? Say, fundamental analysis stocks that involve brand value, the financial performance of the company, management decision, and other similar factors can be termed as qualitative approach. Now, what is qualitative approach? See, before investment, you need to study brand value of that particular company. Then you need to find out the financial performance of the company. Then you need to find out the management decisions and other similar factors can be termed as qualitative analysis. What is qualitative analysis? Qualitative analysis is nothing but before investing in any company, you need to study that particular company's brand value, financial performance of that particular company, as well as management decision that they are going to take. Such qualitative decision is nothing but qualitative analysis. Is it clear? Now, what is quantitative analysis? Quantitative analysis. Quantitative approach includes numbers. Remember, quantitative analysis includes numbers. It analyzes the numbers in the financial statements. I think you can understand what is the numbers in the financial statements and draws a conclusion about the price of the shares from there. See, what is quantitative analysis? Quantitative analysis purely based on numbers. Now, numbers is nothing but analyzing the balance sheet or else profit and loss account, right? Depends upon that you are going to decide whether to invest or not. Is it clear? That is quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis is nothing but you are going to study the company's brand value, financial performance of that particular company, management decision that they take. All this qualitative study is nothing but qualitative analysis. Quantitative is purely based on numbers. You are going to analyze past performance of the company through their balance sheet, profit and loss account. That is nothing but you are going to clear cut information with regard to their profit. That is nothing but quantitative analysis. You get the numbers, proper numbers, right? That is quantitative analysis. Is it clear? Qualitative and quantitative. Next, what is top-down approach and bottom-up approach? Top two approaches, that is top-down approach, another one bottom-up approach. Can anybody see top-down approach and bottom-up approach? See, you can see here, economy, industry, and company. Another one, economy, industry, and company. See, top-down here, economy at the top, industry, then company. See the arrow mark. And here, arrow mark is they give more importance to the company first, then industry, then economy. That is bottom up approach. Top down in the sense they give more importance to the economy first, then industry, then company. Okay, here now what is top down approach? See, top down approach looks into the macroeconomic factors first. What is this macroeconomic factors? See, top-down approach is nothing but here you need to give more consideration on general economic conditions. That is nothing but economy. Hope you're clear. See, first you need to analyze the general economic conditions in that particular country, general economic conditions. Okay, then you are going to study about the industry of that particular industry, about that particular type of shape. Okay, then at the end you are going to study about particular company, which company, from where you would like to invest. You need to study about that particular company at the end. That is top down approach. First you are going to study general economic conditions, then you need to study industry. Industry is nothing but, remember, industry is nothing but group of firms, right, or group of companies we can see here. Okay, now in industry there are plenty of companies involved, remember. Okay, similar type of, take for example, um, textile industry, there are plenty of companies are there, right? Is it clear? So textile industry, there are plenty of companies are involved. So first you are going to study general economic condition, then you are going to study about industrial analysis, okay, industrial study. Then at the end you are going to study about that particular company. That is nothing but top-down approach. Is it clear? Then what about bottom-up approach? Here you need to give, here you are going to give more importance to the company first. Okay, where you would like to invest, you need to study about that particular company first, then you are going to study about the industry. At the end you are going to study about general economic conditions. That is nothing, that is at the end, that is bottom up approach. You are going to give more importance to the company where you would like to invest. Take for example Infosys company, you are selected one to invest. Okay, first you are going to study that particular company, then you are going to study about the industry. Here industry, that is IT industry, right? Infosys one of the IT industry, so you are going to study the income in IT industry. Then third you are going to study the general economic conditions of the general economic conditions of India, right, or any country. Okay, general economic conditions of any country. This study is nothing but bottom up approach. Is it clear? First importance to company, second preference to the industry, then third is economy or economic conditions. Hope you understood. This is regarding top down and bottom up approach. Is it clear? Qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, top down approach and bottom up approach. Hope you understood. In next session we are going to discuss very important topic under fundamental analysis, that is economic analysis, industry analysis and company analysis. Usually you get a question on these three. Okay, in case any doubts you can contact me. Thank you.